Hey everybody, Coach Tom here from TL Performance. This is another edition of the podcast. I've been away for a couple of weeks at the annual camp for King Sports International. I am a high-level coach in that program, and that's something that I have to attend every year. And I don't want to make it sound as though I don't want to go, because it is a phenomenal experience. In fact, being a coach in the program has not only changed my perspective on how to train, but it has changed my life, changed my perspective on things that are not related to training at all, and drastically impacted my happiness, my well-being, and my financial situation. So it has been the biggest blessing, and I have the most gratitude for it. And every year, you never know what to expect, especially this year, because we hadn't been there since 2019, which is crazy. And I'm sure you're all experiencing similar situations in life where kind of feels like a time warp because the pandemic really disrupted things. And wow, as human beings, we went through a lot of struggles and we're coming out of it, but the world can still seem like a place that has a lot of problems. So to be able to get back to some of normal and to hang with the coaches and spend some time working on our craft, helping some local athletes, which we did, it was really cool. One of the differences this year was that it was a smaller group than normal because, again, the pandemic caused a lot of people to withdraw and contract, because fear is a powerful motivator in that regard. It feels a lot safer to not do anything, or to do what you know so that you know what to expect. Because if you do what you don't know what to expect. And that's just there's not a lot of human beings going to take action in that regard. So it was pretty special to spend time with the coaches that did go. And then we got to spend a lot more time with Ian. And if you're not familiar with Ian King and you're interested in learning about training, you should definitely go to kingsports.net. He's written countless books. Some of the best ones for general population, if you want to learn how to train, are the Get Buff series. There's 4 of them. Start with Get Buffed 1. They build on each other. It's a little more in depth, but also how to write strength training programs is a big one. And he wrote a book with Muscle and Fitness, or Men's Health, one of the 2 of those. I think it was Men's Health. I remember the book, but I don't remember who was in control. The Book of Muscle is another good one for general population, because it teaches you about all the aspects and thought processes that go into training, and then also gives you some sample programs, which is good for the general population person that's going to go on the internet and look for what to do, because most of that is shit. In fact, if I say most of the stuff on the internet is shit, I am not even, well, it's not really accurate, because it all is. So that's what I recommend you do, because it'll really show you the best way to do things. But anyway, in my experience, every year I go, I become a better student too. So to be able to go this year, and I was one of the senior coaches at the camp, it was a pretty special leadership role for me as well. And it just also goes to show that no matter how much experience you have or how long you've been training, you can always learn new things, because a lot of the things that I learned was regarding basic things that I do on myself, that I do with my clients, like understanding stretching more, but specifically individualizing stretching. It's hot today, and apparently I can't speak properly. I'm not used to talking in front of the camera because it's been a while. I need to get back on this. So individualizing stretching and just program design is an art, as Ian says, and it takes a lot of practice, and there's a lot of decision making that goes into it, like a lot of decision making. And I know that professionals in the industry don't really appreciate it because they don't do it. And I know, because I was one of those people. And even when I said I did it, I didn't really know what I was talking about. That's because no one else in the industry does it. So people think what they do is individualizing, but the level to which KSI teaches us to individualize all aspects of the training program is just so inspiring. And as a coach, it made me kind of giddy because I had questions on how I can get better when I went there so that I can help you guys more. Well, you indirectly, unless you train with me If you train with me directly, then you're going to reap the most rewards. But if you don't, hey, you still get the benefit of listening to these podcasts, and hopefully I can influence the way you think, change the way you think, so that you ask different questions. So I learned a lot about that. I learned about the process of even communication and asking questions, because that may be one of the most important parts in coaching. Everyone is different in the way they think and the way they learn, and they've had different experiences. So we got a lot of that, and we get some really powerful lessons in winning and losing. And I was seeing those lessons in life too as I left, because not a lot of people talk about it. If you were to follow professional sports, if you do or you don't, when you read the newspaper, let's say after a team loses or after an injury occurs, you don't get a lot of analysis about why it happened. Like, not really. Usually you'll get some emotional headline. For example, with injuries, they usually claim it's a freak accident, it's unlucky, and then that's all they do. They don't take any responsibility for it. They don't seem to even be aware that the training they're doing is contributing and probably causing the injuries. When they win or lose, you can tell how much the coach is aware of that based on what they say. And usually it just comes down to, they think, well, we just got to try harder. And I'm all for working hard, but it isn't that simple. So I got a lot of lessons in that, and it was really eye-opening. And I'm looking forward to being able to help my clients achieve greater things because of those lessons. So that's kind of a recap about camp. The Park City was gorgeous. It rained every day, but it didn't rain in every part of the city. There was rainbows. It was a pretty cool experience. And I noticed that lots of Californians have left. Well, let's say not lots. California's full of people, so the population really didn't suffer, but the Utah population has grown. So anyway, that was some of my camp experience. If you have any questions, as always, you can comment or email me directly, tom@tlperformancela.com. You can find me on Instagram, coach.tomleggett, and TL Performance is on Facebook, TL Performance LA. Till next time, see you.